The bear would eat you too.
No, Binging with Babbage did a thing with some bear meat and said it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that was the Red Dead Redemption stuff, right?
It's like, I eat it.
Right.
So, I need to know everybody's passive perception.
I think it's 14.
15.
Or 15.
13.
15. Wait, how do I find that again? It's under skills somewhere?
Skills, and it's on the blue bar on the right side.
Perception.
The second
Really?
number.
Mine's 11 now.
It's based off your wisdom.
Mine is 10.
Based off my wisdom? Oh, yes, 11 then.
Yeah. 15. And then proficient, if that matters.
13. And proficient, yeah. Well, proficiency just adds your bonus.
I'm just saying if he wants to take that into account for any reason.
Okay. Sorry, so who has 15 or higher? It's just Agrim and Daka?
I've got 13.
13. Okay, so it's just Agrim. As you all are riding, Agrim, you ride straight in a line towards the forest, and then at the edge of the forest proper, he has you all take a left and head towards the green kobold side. At that time, you detect the presence of kobolds. Kobold scouts that are watching you in the forest, but as you're on horses this time, they're not fast enough to keep up with you, and you are outrunning them easily. Quite easily.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it, but I'm not going to tell anybody if we outpace them.
Can I see them?
No.
Because I've got like 120-foot dark vision.
It's not dark.
Oh, it's not dark. They're just hidden?
Daylight out. Yes, they're hidden.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was nighttime.
Nope.
I like to think because literally my whole thing is you take on some of the aspects of the animal that you're like, whatever thing is, I can just, that predator, always looking for prey, kind of just see it out of the corner of your eye kind of thing. But if we outpace them, then I'm not worried about it.
Yes.
Okay.
You outpace them greatly. I mean, you're moving twice as fast or faster past them.
No.
Yeah, you make pretty good time. About a few hundred feet away from where you believe the green kobold enclave to be, Rorik gets off of his horse and signals for you all to stop and says, "We're coming up on them, so we should remain quiet. What is your plan going forward here?"
Well, we just need to go into the fake wall and knock it down and just take what we need from them.
So you're going to kill everything on the way in then?
If they put up a fight.
Violence of action. I like this plan.
So how is that any different from if I had done it?
You break a pact or a deal you had with them.
Killing them is breaking the pact.
You killed a lot of them.
Okay.
Didn't he kill the wrong ones, though?
Look, it's fine. So he starts unsheathing his sword and he says, "I will tell them, as per the deals of the pact, that I will be investigating their den to be sure of no wrongdoing and speak with their elder."
So yourself.
They're also, it's also worth pointing out that they're doing all this in order to birth something from a...
Yes, I'm aware how this works.
Worm.
Yes.
Okay.
Stay behind me and remain silent. I will handle this part myself. So he kind of shoulders his greatsword while walking. It's unsheathed, but he's doing the anime swordsman type deal. And he approaches quite noisily so that they know he's coming. And he begins speaking in Draconic. Negotiating, saying, "I'm here to speak with the elder," and the guards are up in the trees, are just like, "The elder is not here. Go away. Come back another time." And he says, "No, I must investigate now as per the terms of our arrangement. I want to look around and speak with whoever's in charge." The kobolds are just like, "No, go away." I believe that Kelly and Agrim are the only ones that can understand the situation.
Yeah,
I don't know. Agrim, do you still speak Draconic?
I might not actually.
Yeah, I speak Draconic, and
It's got to be a weird thing. You're like, suddenly I don't know how to speak a language.
Well, I used to get a bunch of languages from my ranger shit. No, I don't speak Draconic right now. At least if I
Okay.
don't have it written down if I do.
What's weird to you is that it sounds familiar. You're just not sure why you can't understand it.
Must be drunk.
Yeah, this is not going well, Kelly. Negotiations are breaking down. Rorik is trying to remain calm and reasonable, and these kobolds are being very hostile and distant.
Okay. Now, I would like to make a memory check here
Yes.
because I personally don't remember the name of this dude, but we talked to him when we were here last
You
time.
have talked to some of the guards here, yes.
Well, not just the guard, but we also overheard a conversation from the leader and what they were doing with the staff and that sort of stuff as well. So can I make a memory check here real quick?
Yes.
Okay, and that's just intelligence straight?
Yep.
A
4.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not good.
There was a coup sound somewhere in his name.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I will in Draconic. I will say, we know about your actions with the staff, and we know what you're attempting to do here. It would be best if you allow us to investigate peacefully.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
All right. The two kobolds are just like one of them punches the other up in the tree. He's like, the staff! They know about the staff! How do they know about the staff? And the first one is just like, how could they possibly know that we stole it? Even the other kobolds don't know about that. And the second one's just like, just do whatever they say. We're gonna be in so much trouble. And the first one just goes, the coup has failed, okay? We need to pretend that we had nothing to do with this and just leave the other ones to die. Rorik's just like, what are you discussing up there? And, you know, one of them begins rope lining down kobold style, which involves a lot of clawing and scrambling. And he's just like, yeah, common is good. Yes, your friends all speak common. Come with me. I will lead you to the girl. Crazed terrorists and gangsters in our community have captured her, but we found her just a few minutes ago and we're going to come and get you. Come with me, yes? So I'm going to be really clear here. If you'll recall, the cave here is so tall that original Kelly, who I believe isn't as tall as current Kelly, had to take half movement everywhere because he had to duck down, which means Daka is now also bound by that, as is
Nope.
Rorik and Finley.
I'm not racial.
Of course.
Oh, your racial prevents you from difficult terrain?
Any earth or stone, yeah.
I don't know that that's going to apply here. It's not that the earth is like broken up or anything. You
It's
just
not,
have
it's
to
not like
walk
mud.
really
It's just.
short.
Well, yeah, I think your thing's more like if it's like mud or a landslide or something. This is just the tunnel's just not tall
Yeah,
enough.
I mean,
think.
we're talking like a 5-foot clearance here.
Oh, wait, does
That's what
Tunnel
it is.
Fighter give me something about this?
Yeah, it's not difficult terrain because of that. It's just cramped. You aren't having trouble moving over uneven surfaces. Very tall.
He's too thick for this tunnel.
No, it's the tall.
Um,
The size of his booties and thighs would not make a difference to his movement.
Vertical thick.
so Arthur, let me
vertically
ask you this. I have Tunnel Fighter, which it says you excel at defending narrow passages, doorways, and other tight spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that this would allow me to negate this to an extent?
No.
No? Okay. All
You're
right.
just
checking.
good at fighting in places like this, but it doesn't let you move any faster.
Okay, just checking.
Being
That's fine
good
by
at
me.
traveling through a McDonald's playhouse does not make you the same as, or being good at fighting inside one does not make you the same as being able to crawl through it very quickly.
Professor, We haven't eaten our order yet.
I like to imagine it just cuts to a thing of Agrim just, I have fortified this position. And I'm like,
Agar was the only one moving at regular speed.
yeah, I moved regular speed the first time.
You moved through the cave. If you recall, the first time you came in here, they had blocked off the entrance. And
yeah,
you
and we're very shoddily.
It is not blocked off this time. They just simply go through it. You go through many of the similar tunnels that you remember when you were captured. It's completely dark in here, but I assume that someone can cast light or has a light source.
Oh, no, I pull out the sword and ignite it.
Okay, well then you scare the shit out of everybody. The kobolds basically regard you as a demigod at this point. You're half dragon or dragon-like. You have a flaming sword. Like, the kobolds are looking at you in awe, like you're the chosen one.
No, I'm like, I basically look like a full dragon just walking around, I guess,
No, you
to
do
these
not.
guys.
You do not look like a full dragon.
Really?
No.
Okay. I don't know the difference between a dragon and a dragonborn then.
I mean, a
obviously.
dragonborn is a humanoid version of a dragon. A dragon is a dragon is a dragon.
But it
Your
doesn't
dragon,
look
your
like
dragon kin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I looked like a dragon, but not like a full-size dragon.
No. I mean, you walk around on your hind legs, which automatically disqualifies you from being a badass dragon. You don't have wings. You not necessarily have a tail.
Does he have a tail swipe and he breathes fire from the front to get attacked from the sides?
Well, he technically can do that.
Yes, I also have a tail. So
Yeah, you're like a lizard man, but if lizard men were dragons. You are not.
yeah, I'm more crocodile than dragon. I get it.
Let's be super clear. You are not a dragon.
I just if it talks like a dragon, if it breathes fire like a dragon, it's a dragon, right?
Well, when I see you begin sprouting wings and then taking off and flying, I'll believe
That can be arranged.
The last scene of the campaign is Kelly soaring through the air going, I've become a dragon now! This is everything I ever wanted!
Whee!
They lead you to a wall, which you recognize because you've been here before, although it was quite dark last time. Which they tear down, because it's another one of those plastered over fake walls. And the girl is inside, and Rorik goes in and, like, Truffle holds her out, and then is like, I'm sorry, friends, I don't actually know your names. But you, friend dwarf, could I impose upon you to carry
Really?
her?
We introduced ourselves when we first met.
I don't recall that.
We did it in the tavern.
Oh, yes, perhaps that did happen. It's been a day. Master Dwarf, what is your name?
Agrim.
Agrim, can I give Maria to you? You seem best able to move here.
Yes, very well. Just over one shoulder, like
Fireman carry.
yeah, pretty much.
If I get a look at her face, is she familiar?
Yeah, I mean, she looks exactly like Maria Hale.
Like the Maria I married?
Yeah.
Great. I didn't even plan that. I just chose the name.
Wow.
Oh, look.
The realization hits Kelly like a fucking like a train, and I'm just like I duck. I'm just like,
She seems much younger in this particular
know.
timeline.
I didn't even realize. Oh, don't worry. Okay. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's fine.
So as you're leaving, one of the kobold guardsmen is attempting to negotiate with Rorik, and is just like, we had nothing to do with this. The Green Dragonborn are beset by rebels, but don't bring down your wrath upon us. We will. When the elders get back, we will. And as this is happening, like, some kobolds come out, including one with the staff, who's just like, stop there! Where are you going with the girl? Who are these people? Especially that really, really big one, and that other big one, and that third big one.
As soon as he shows up, I just turn around and just look at him.
Okay. He's just like, what? Why are your eyes glowing? Who are you?
Do you have a staff and a scroll?
Yes, I have those things. They are the staff of my office.
And the scroll telling about your collaboration with the other kobolds.
What? What are you talking about? This man speaks mad collaboration?
Enough. Hand it over, or you die here and now.
Lizard or kobold friends, do not be deceived by the companions of the great dragon walker here. That one is clearly a lying heretic sent here in order to stop
I'm walking toward him by now.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, God.
shuffling like.
All
I
right.
wanna-
I mean, there are kobold guards that are coming forward with spears and shields to block your path.
Just want to yeet my
But take
hammer at
this one
guy.
into custody, and don't listen to anything he says. We'll take his tongue out later. He profanes the name of the great black worm.
The great black worm.
Sorry, I should have said the great green worm.
Little slip of the tongue there. don't
It's
you?
fine. He's choking to death
That
on his own.
wasn't. That was my slip of the
Okay,
tongue. not
okay.
his.
Just
Okay.
breathe.
Well, is there?
I mean, this situation is coming. It's going to get violent really quick. I mean, you could make an intimidation check if you wanted to, like, get people to back down here. You're at a little bit of a disadvantage because you're like scrunched down, but you are like a huge stone dude with glowing eyes in the darkness, accompanied by a giant dragon-like, dragon-adjacent flaming sword-carrying figure, and Rorik.
Well,
known
they,
for his wispy cape.
Everybody
make-
else got taller. I got whiter.
yeah. I'll make the intimidation check, but if they start surrounding me, I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay, well, let's start here first.
16.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Your stuff.
They
Your
all begin
scroll. Hand
backing
him
away.
over.
He drops the staff and says, "Your heads cannot touch it. Only a kobolds can carry the great staff key."
I pick it up.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that you're okay with that.
I mean,
we picked it up last time, right?
That doesn't mean it's the same now.
That was after you killed all of the kobolds.
I go to pick it up and then like scroll first.
I mean, by picking the staff up, I want to let you know you're aggroing the whole room. Like, people who were intimidated by you are now going to throw themselves at you with burning passion and fire.
I'll reach my hand out for the scroll.
I mean, he's not going to give it to you. Like, everyone in this room just went from scared of all of you to they will do nothing but try to attempt to kill all of you. They are filled with religious fury.
I stomp on the staff.
Whoa, boy. What?
All 230 pounds of me.
Okay. All right. Make a athletics check.
To curb stomp the religious artifact.
15.
I mean, you hit it, and the staff, you hear a splintering noise. It looks like it is made out of wood, but in fact, it is made out of some sort of metal. You have bent and sort of dented it a little bit, and the kobolds all stop for a moment and then begin screeching. And it's like a wave of rodents approaching you at high speed, attempting to murder you.
All right. I'm gonna
Kobold
wait.
re-intensifies.
If they're within 10-foot radius of me,
Sure.
I'm waiting until as many of them are within 10 feet as possible.
Well, I mean, there are a certain number of squares that can be filled by such a thing, but yes. What will
Yeah.
you do?
I'm going to use my first spell as a new warlock.
Yeah.
Shatter at level 3.
Very well. Tell me a little bit more.
Each creature in 10-foot radius sphere, centered upon a point, which is me, I think.
Yes.
Actually, it's 60 feet, so it
Yeah,
can be
you can choose
targeted.
where it is. Yeah. So if you choose
That's-
yourself, you will be in that radius.
Well, then, like, wherever they're gathered. if
Okay.
They're gathered
Well, I
close.
mean, they're gathering around you in a circle. They're approaching the whole party from every direction.
I'm just going to hit as many as I can.
Okay.
They make a con save.
Make your 3d8 damage roll first, so we'll see if they even need to make a save.
At level 3 is 48.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, you're blowing a
So-
high level spell here, huh?
He's
Yeah.
a warlock. It always casts at max level.
Right, sorry. It's been a while since I did. 15 damage, even if they save, they would all die. Yeah, you cast Shatter in an enclosed space, and there's just waves of kobold bodies exploding in every direction. People are walking around going, "Wah!" It is hugely effective in these caverns. Let me ask about the rest of you. Are you attempting to defend yourselves and dock it to any extent?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get stuck in, but then we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hand this girl off to Rorik.
I think
mean, when you go to do that, Rorik has already got like a short sword out and is stabbing two of them like ha, ha.
I think this is the first time everyone's going to see this from me, but I'm going to use my dragon breath.
All right, tell me about what this
Nice.
looks like.
It's
It looks like dragon breath.
it's I've written here it's a 30-foot x5 cone.
It's a line
that-
then.
Yeah, 5 by 30 foot. Yeah.
What type of
Oh,
dragonborn are you? Blue.
This
right?
is
Blue.
Shatter's a con save for half.
Right. What I'm saying is, even if they saved, they would still die. They don't have that much.
Oh,
hit
I
points.
see.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
just kobolds.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
so I'm
just
blue, yeah.
kobolds, huh?
Meh.
Listen to this kobold racist. Dwarf, elf, human, dragonborn.
Yeah,
Okay, here we
it's
go.
5 by 30-foot line. Yeah,
Yes.
of
Okay. So you
lightning.
can shoot a line of lightning at people. Well, I mean, we've seen an actual dragon do this to your group, right? Shooting
Yeah.
lines of lightning. How do you want to do this? What does it
So
look
I
like?
lean my head, I pull my head back, and I sort of like tense my entire body, sort of thing. Like, and I get like super ripped, like, "Argh!" And then like a lightning sort of builds up in my mouth, and I just fucking
Wow. Okay. So
lean
you're
forward and
literally
just
Dragon
fucking
Ball
vomit that
Z,
shit.
Hyper Ball, Pokemon. You fire forks
Yeah,
of lightning
basically.
out.
Three, 3 episodes later, he's still screaming.
So what's the damage on this?
2d6
It's 3d6
on a
okay,
failed
yeah.
save.
2d6.
Oh, 3d6 is
No, it's 6 levels, so
it's
you're not
three-
high enough yet. All right,
It's
make
2d6 right now.
your
so.
2d6 roll. We'll see if they even need to make a save.
Six.
You will not kill any of them with that, but you do damage several of them who are knocked sideways. Like they begin running around. Their hair is on fire. Does Finley have anything to contribute to this in this close quarters combat of AOE proportions?
I mean, he can do. Hold on.
So Nick's like, I turn into an octopus and I attack with all of my arms.
I just
I mean,
spin,
I can spray
slapping.
I can spray my poison spray.
You could do that. Tell me more. I'm super curious.
So I kind of like put my hand out and go. Psh. How far away is the guy?
Pocket sand.
I mean, that guy's super dead, but
Oh, well
it's
then.
that they're. I mean, you're being attacked by every kobold. This is like if this was an MMO situation, it would be like someone was like, "Look, I've dropped the staff, but if you touch it, we're all gonna get mad." And Doc is like, "I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it." The whole room instantly turns red and begins moving towards you.
Dragons.
I mean, if I don't need to do anything, but I'll just spray my poison. Why did that not
Nice.
work?
You gotta
Yeah,
check
I mean-
boxes.
Yeah, you gotta click the
Just
show.
check boxes on things.
I gotta click what?
Attack roll, second attack roll, and damage, I think.
Oh, I see. Attack roll.
And description, most likely.
7 versus AC. Oh, hold on. Description. I see.
You can also have a second attack roll, which would do the 1 and 2 sort of thing.
Settings, and damage. All right, let me try again.
There you go.
Hey,
I'm gonna keep that original attack roll.
that's fine.
You fire off a spray of poison at a kobold who ducks under it, and like it hits the ceiling, and then you hear a sizzling noise as the ceiling begins melting. I mean, you guys are powerful adventurers, and even if 20 of these guys face you, it would not be a even easy challenge, right?
You're making a bad decision.
You wipe out many of the kobolds here with no problem until the remainder begin fleeing in terror from the murder fest. So Rorik looks at the now bent staff and is like, well, that might have been a mistake. I believe that staff is one of the 3 keys used to unlock the Hall of the Great Worm.
Now
It
the
might
worm
be-
stays locked inside.
Well, I mean, okay. I think they'll probably be upset about this, but that's not.
Does Liliana have mending? Can she cast
I
abilities?
believe so.
We'll take the staff back with us then. Get it mended and bring it back.
But he like looks at it and then looks at you and says, "Perhaps you'd be better off carrying it."
Very well.
So yeah, when you pick up the staff, you know, when he mentions it's a key, you do notice that like the bottom of it does have several indents in the knobby wood that could be a sort
Part
of
a
key. Yes.
So if they're all like put together, then that's like a key at the end that you can like. I also pick up the scroll and hand it to Rorik. They were planning treason, by the way.
Well, does seem to be very clearly outlined in here, their plot.
And the girl they captured. I knew her once very well.
See.
Again, I do like the, you know, hand over the mouth sort of thing, and I'm like,
That's insane because I did not pick that on purpose.
I didn't put it together either. So
No.
yeah.
I mean, I just want to be clear, in this timeline, she's a young girl.
Yeah.
She might not... I mean, it's hard to tell if it's the same Maria or not. The Maria you knew didn't have parents and had come to the village from afar and been left there and been
Yeah.
adopted by the local area.
But the coincidence is too strong for Daka because he's just like,
he's dying over it, and I can clearly see that Kelly is strongly affected by it as well.
Oh, I was friends with her for 3 years as well.
Sure,
so-
yeah. I mean, you had to translate for a tsundere husband.
Meanwhile, I'm standing here,
That's
have
right.
no idea what the fuck they're going on about. I've got her over the shoulder. I've got a mace. I'm just covered in kobold blood. It's like, look, like, can we go?
this is great. It's only a Tuesday.
I go more than a week without killing a man. I get all fidgety.
You all head back out to the horses and ride back to town, unless there's anything you'd like to do.
No.
Along the way, Rorik, shouts on the ride back and says, "Do any of you have any skills in medicine or healing that could perhaps
I
wake
do.
Maria?" I would assume that she does not look well.
I will throw some of the healing hands or whatever it is that I have.
You gonna catch these hands?
Channel divinity.
Lay on hands. That's what I need. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, you lay on hands on her, and her kind of pale skin begins to look better immediately. And she, blinks her eyes, riding on the back of Agram's horse, looking at you guys ride side by side, and is like, "Are you a dwarf? Are you a dragon?"
Hello, darling. It's good to have you back.
You guys are so cool.
We cheap
Well, the one who actually saved you is our stone friend here.
Turns over and
This
is
is-
like, "Rorik! You saved me!"
No, Daka. I pointed
God damn it! I
Daka.
almost spit my fucking water out of my keyboard.
I want to be clear, that's what she says. She's just like, "Rorik, you saved me!" And Rorik's just like, "Yes, of course." And she's just like, "I'm so glad. I knew that you would come." And they have a quiet conversation. There's a lot of horses moving positions in the pack to facilitate this exchange.
What are they saying?
It's just like, I promised your father that I would find you, and I would do anything to uphold my oaths.
Ah, funny. Coming from
You say that?
no, I think
Okay.
it though.
I know.
If we
I
get
know
the,
you think it.
If we get the what is it? Impactful PC look.
Yeah, significant PC glance.
Yeah,
Okay.
significant PC glance. Yeah.
Yeah. But like Doc is trying not to meet the gaze of the child or like Maria as a kid because he's like, I cannot look at you.
You arrive back in town, perhaps hours after you've left. The sun has gone past its zenith in the sky and is already beginning to depart down. The blacksmith, Durek Hale, is waiting at the western town gate and says, "Oh my goodness, Maria!" He like runs out there and takes her down from the horse, heads back to the blacksmithery with her on his shoulders. And Rorik is, gathering up your horses and says, "What you have done today is a great boon for our community. I don't know if you would like payment. You've refused it already, but know that you will be welcome among us."
The only payment we need is if you feel the need to go slaughtering kobolds, that you do not.
I suspect that kobold elders will be coming to speak with me soon.
When they do, you can present them with the newly mended staff. If you'd like me
Also,
there.
it'd be very, very handy if you don't fall to temptation or break any of your oaths. It's very important that that remains intact with you.
I will, as I ever do, attempt my best.
If you would like us to stay here until they, I assume time will, or word will reach quickly and they'll be here within a few days.
I don't know why the elders weren't at the cave. It's an unusual situation. But if this plot is correct, the only reason they were able to take over and steal that staff and kidnap the girl was because the elders were out. So when they return, I suspect they will find many dead kobolds and a few living, and this plot has been overturned.
Maybe it's best we
Well.
stick around to see the end of this then.
Do you have such time?
We have all the time we need.
Very well. If you
In the
need a place
meantime-
to stay, I have several rooms at my estates.
Good. In the meantime, I have a child to tend to, or someone to relieve of duty.
He's
He
over there holding like poopy pants. He's like, I don't know what to do.
he turns and
Prestidigitate.
he turns and looks wistfully at Liliana's tavern, almost like longingly, and then turns away and says, "Tell her, never mind."
I think it'd be best if you tell her yourself. Honestly.
She does not want to see me.
Well, I mean, we've seen you have better relationships with her in many of the.
I find that extremely difficult to believe. It has been an odd day of creatures I do not know came from the south when I did not see them pass from the north. Speaking of timelines, and led me immediately to a situation that was brewing, and now tell me of the future. It's an odd day.
Yeah, there will be odder, I assume. Anyway, I have to go get this mended. Tell her never mind from Rorik, and retrieve
Probably
my
should
child.
not do that part. So there's a nearby rock that he steps on as the evening wind gusts around him, and the
course it
sky is beautiful orange glow of the sun just starting to set, and he says, "I do not know whether you are cursed or perhaps gods, what you
What
do
if
in this world, but you
What
are
if I told you we were both?
truly blessed creatures who have come and saved this girl today. I thank you." And he turns to look at you. There's a beautiful breeze that causes the scarf he wears to flutter. "You are truly heroes this day." He takes his foot and steps down from the rock and begins marching towards his estate.
Well, I'm gonna go retrieve the child.
Yeah, when you go into Liliana's temple, it is, well, in temple, it's full of people. There's a ton of people. I wouldn't say they're passing around your child, but there's a lot of attention being given to your baby from people who have clearly just come in working from the fields all day. They're getting drinks, they're getting their food. When you all come in, everyone cheers and is just like, drinks are on me tonight. These heroes brought back the blacksmith's daughter. And everyone is like, ah.
I'll take him up on some free drinks.
Liliana,
I'm gonna look at Finley's reaction on that one because usually he's down to party.
We'll see if this man regrets his decision to pay for the dwarf's drinks in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna engage in rebel rousing. That sounds like fun.
okay.
Yep.
The rabble rousing does commence.
I'll walk up behind the person with like oogling my child and be like, her
I mean,
name
there's
is
a bunch of people oogling their child. Someone's just like, I've never seen a baby like that. How unusual.
I just tower over them. I'm pretty quiet for a big guy. Like,
Like someone turns around and is like, oh, I didn't see you there.
her name is Riverin, by the way.
How interesting. It matches her in a way, I guess.
Yeah, it does. I'm like,
Well, you're a big one.
yeah. I'll like look for Liliana, try and get the mending spell thing done.
I mean, Liliana is busy serving everybody, right? And she's pulling a keg just for Agram.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take the keg from her if she's struggling at all and just be like,
What's your strength score now?
strength?
Yes.
13.
Okay, yeah. You got the power. You lift the keg
it's
up and put it on the counter
slightly
for
better.
Agram.
Slightly better.
Yeah, I think Daka was 11. So I'm like,
That makes sense. Yeah.
but I just like hold up the staff and be like, can you fix this with your magics? I don't know this particular incantation, spell, whatever you want to call it.
I could make an attempt at it, so long as it's not magical.
So long as it's not magical.
Yes, as long as this object is not magical, I should be able to.
Is there any way for you to tell?
Well, I'll attempt the spell on it when I have some time. It is a lengthy cast compared to many.
I step behind the bar. Just like, I'll take over for now.
It'll just be a minute if you can.
Well, people are getting drinks like
Bartender,
crazy. So just
I would like several drinks, please.
She turns to look at Kelly and then back to Daka and says, "Can this wait a few hours?"
I've already set up a couple cups. I'm like,
She's
gonna
just
crack
like,
off a thing and like pour in.
oh boy. I mean, she is not thrilled with somebody else serving at her bar, but accepts the help for this one night. She identifies that this particular staff is capable of being mended and does so.
Cool.
Okay, so it's not magical. That's good.
Good. I'm just like slinging drinks.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
I put
I will
one.
have a whiskey.
Yeah.
On the rocks.
All right, it's gonna taste like a beer.
Just like a beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna set down a beer in front of Finley and be like, Finley, what's the story?
This beer feels like home.
Did you get tired of being short?
I mean, there's some things you can do when you're short.
It's
But
true.
there's more things you can do when you're big.
Amen.
That makes sense. It's just been a little quiet. Just been a little quiet. I want to know more about you. Maybe later.
Eh,
I like your hair, by the way. I think I've been hooded this entire time. I'd finally take my hood off and like expose my rocky scalp. He doesn't have any hair.
It's a little dry up there, don't you think, Decker?
Well, hard to find good moisturizer for literal rocks.
I mean, water, anything really.
I mean, there's not much I can do about it. Stone pattern baldness, you know.
Wow. Wow.
So, how do you guys feel about doing a time skip up until these dudes show up?
No time skipping.
Oh, they just show up?
Well, I'm just saying, if you think that events will play out like they have in the past, I don't think they will in the way that you think they will. You're saying you would like to wait until they show up then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, let's return to a previous timeline style memory that we've had. Yeah, no. Okay.
No.
Daka, the next morning when you wake up, can I have you make a Constitution saving throw for your drinking?
Sure.
no, the correct answer is no, you cannot. Oh.
18.
You aren't feeling too bad when you wake up, but there is a 10-year-old girl sitting at the edge of your bed wearing a toga. She's a blue-skinned tiefling. She's got 3 black dots under each eye and has like a white band down the front of her face and just says, "Father, I was waiting for you to awaken."
Good morning, Riverin. You grew up quick.
Well, like you, I am the blood of a god. I simply chose to move to a time when I would be more useful to you. She like stands up and holds her hands behind her back and just says, "Is it a good morning?"
I've never seen this morning here before. I don't know.
Then why would you say that it was a good morning?
Traditional greeting of
I see.
friends.
Well, shall we experience it together then?
Sure. He like gets up and like a big rocky crunch. Like stands up,
Spine snapping. Yeah.
yeah, takes her hand and like walks.
So as she walks with you, she just says, "Is hand holding traditional in the morning?"
Between family and friends, people who care for each other, you know.
I understand. Can I get Constitution saving throws from the rest of the party? I just want to know how drunk everybody is. Agram's good. Kelly's good. Come on, Finley, I want you to roll a 1 so badly.
So do I.
Trying.
Oh,
No. Yeah, all of you come downstairs from the second floor of Rorik's estates where a breakfast is being prepared by his squire. You see a 10-year-old girl walking with Daka with hand in hand. Ah, Kelly, Finley, Akram. It is
Reverend?
a
Is that
good
you?
morning. Yes.
My, the night has been good to you. How old are you now, girl?
3 days.
You've grown quite considerably.
You've got your mother's sense of humor.
That's me laughing, not her. She's just looking at all of you curiously. Shall we
What did
sit down and consume then?
Consume we shall. Looks like I won't be needing to mash any carrots for you then.
I appreciate what you have done for me so far. It was of use.
Well, I'm glad I can be of use to you.
you have your father's personality, it seems.
As soon as Kelly says, I'm like, my turn. And I just hand her a pair of axes. Use these.
This is Uncle Agrim.
I am aware of who he is. I simply will require training in these. My current capabilities are not ones that include the use of 2 axes.
Wait till you get to kill a man. The first time, you always remember.
Okay. When should we do that?
Later today?
I just want to be clear here. The squire is setting stuff out right now, and he is fucking horrified by this conversation. He has no idea what's happening, but you just scheduled killing a man.
Knowing our party, it will be later today.
They're just having fun.
Of
I
course.
look at Agrim like, right? Just having fun.
Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah, it sounds like a great time.
My goodness. Would you like a family moniker, Finley?
What kind of family?
Oh, we have I'm the girl's father, godmother Kelly, Uncle Agrim.
You could be my uncle.
I do not believe that I could be your uncle, but if I could ask, Finley, do you have any of the herb that my father used to partake of?
Maybe a bit.
Might I trouble you for a bag?
I'll wait till you're 18 days.
Meet me in the alley.
You're the bad influence, I see.
Well, she went from what 2 days to 10 years and and overnight it would just be like, wait till the morning.
Well, she's got more adept power over time in her body than we seem to have over ours, so she's the son or the daughter of a god and like dedicated to a patron already, so
Yes, I have fledgling warlock powers already. That is why I need the herb in order to guide my magic.
I don't
will
see
be
anything wrong with that.
Weeks, perhaps years before I gain the kind of mastery that you have, Father, but you know.
I no longer use the smoke. I could teach you how to grow your own. I did it for who knows
Will we
how
be
long.
staying here then?
A number of days. We have to make sure that the staff gets returned to the kobolds.
Very well. There are several rituals I would like to enact in town.
Would you like to see? I'll take you to a place you may not remember, but is significant.
So she holds out her hand and says, yes.
All right. I try to go find the backyard of the house that me and Maria stayed in.
Did you just
Okay.
fuck off before breakfast?
Yes, they just left right as breakfast was being set out.
I don't know if
I'm gonna reach over and grab his plate.
Yeah. You can go ahead. I'm not sure if Genasi eat.
They do.
Do they?
They
Yes.
do.
Do? Okay.
Yeah, he's
They
still.
require food and oxygen and water.
I'm not sure how extraplanar I am yet.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
he-
so I mean, Air Ganassi have a thing where they only need a single breath to survive forever, but if they let go of that breath, they still need, like, they could swim underwater for all of eternity, but the instant they fell asleep and let go of their breath, they would drown.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. You are mostly human in the same way that all humanoids are. You just have some sort of weird, elementalness to you. You still require food in the same way as everyone else.
Okay. Well, before Agrim snags my plate, I'll like take a bun or whatever.
The old morning sausage.
Blood sausage.
So yeah, she's holding Daka's hand, but she has him stop and turns toward Agrim and says, "Please do not take anything off of my plate. I am a growing child after all. I expect it to be there when I return."
I like the idea that you try and I slap your hand away. So.
No, I like to imagine I got his plate and her plate's there, and I already had it halfway across the table, and she says that, and I push it back.
You head to where you remember the house being, and there is no such house that has been built yet.
Mm-hmm. But
It's
is there
just-
like wooded areas
It is
nearby?
it is a field, and there are woods east out of town. There are a loose collection of trees. I believe it's called a copse of trees, where the house would stand.
So I go to the tree or the place that I planted the seed before we left.
Yes.
See if there's anything there.
No.
Maybe we should plant something here then.
Perhaps I could use this as a focus for at least one of my rituals.
Did you have one in mind already?
There are dark whisperings in my mind. I thought perhaps I would capture the nightmares and fears of everyone in town and harvest them off for our great lord.
What a bonding moment.
Sounds good.
Well,
You certainly are your father's daughter, I guess.
would you like to aid me then?
We'll see if this works. And he takes he reaches into his arm and takes out a tiny shard of the ore that's in through his body, and it grows in eventually. It takes a few months to grow back.
Okay.
It's like fingernails, I guess.
Yeah.
But he only needs a small sliver to be able to do it. And cracks it in half, and there's sort of light and some smoke comes out of it. It's small particles. Breathe deeply.
She snorts it.
And I'll do it. I'll do it as well and be like, time to meet our employer, I suppose.
Well, I belong to him in a way that you do not.
This is true. But I figure we should all meet up.
So the two of you sit down here at these trees to meditate?
Yep.
Okay.
Just have our little meeting with the mask if we can.
Yeah. Finley, Agram, Kelly, what's happening with you guys for the next few hours? I mean, Rourke comes downstairs and is just like, is there an extra plate set out for some reason?
Riverend, obviously.
Obviously.
I didn't know that a child could eat bacon and sausage.
She's a creature like we are, and you'll be surprised at how
creature. I wouldn't call you creatures friends. I would call you friends.
Okay. She is a lot older than she was yesterday, so she's now of an age where she will require her own utensils and plate.
You can tell that he is thoroughly confused by this weirdness. You seem to follow your own rules.
Yes,
Squire, sit down and eat as well. You're done cooking. Rourke just kind of eats awkwardly with all of you there.
Yeah. So, I'm going to ask him questions about the old fling people that I had flings with here.
Yeah.
See if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them have lived here, and some of them he's never heard of before.
Okay. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I should
look him up.
catch him. Look him up. Yeah. I'm back in town. You know?
My God. I think I have his number in my cell phone.
Pull out a little black book that's now really thick or worn. Yeah.
Is he my friend on Facebook?
Let me take a selfie. All right.
Sorry to all the Karens out there. Well, I suspect that the kobolds will return either today or tomorrow to the town. You have
right.
decided then to remain?
I believe so. A lot really rests on whether or not you are able to maintain your oath. So it's worthwhile that we stay here.
can I ask you to watch the town to the west while I go out to the fields? We must send men off soon to serve, and we cannot do so until we finish the harvest season and the plant.
Sure.
I was hoping to finish by tomorrow, but my absence yesterday, it seems like perhaps it would be 2 days.
Very well. I suppose that is okay.
I leave our safety in your hands then. With a half-finished breakfast, he stands up and begins walking away and says, "Squire, come with me." The squire has barely sat down to eat yet. And he's just... and he, like, grabs a biscuit from his plate and stuffs it in his mouth and wanders off after him.
The squire
I pick up the plate and put it over on Agram's plate. You know?
the squire is totally like early 2000s or mid 2000s Michael Cera.
You just see, Kelly. You just hear, you know. Well, I'll be ashamed to let it go to waste from you. It's just right there.
Eat the broccoli too, Agram. Don't
He'll
just
eat it
leave
all.
around.
Look. He's a big boy now. He needs all the calories. He's got a strength of 20, man. He's got a lot of muscle mass. He requires a lot of calories to.
You got a strength of 20?
Yeah, boy.
Dang.
Damn. That's pretty
He
impressive.
ate 5 dozen eggs. Now he's roughly the size of a bunch. Daka, when
Mhm.
you come to consciousness again, you are in a small, cramped cave. It is dark, perhaps 10 feet across. Stalactites and stalagmites grow in every direction. Beautiful veins of coloration you can see with your devil's sight. There is plenty of ore here, galena among it, iron, some ferrite material. Across from you is Riverin, but she's wearing a white mask. She opens her mouth and says, "You have come again, my children. What would you ask of me, Dakazilia?"
I have not shown you my current form. Just making good on my promise to be more able to do the work that needs to be done.
You have
And
been a
to-
warlock of mine before. Your familiar is upset that you have not chosen it once again.
The stork.
Bear us.
Well, what can I say? I never knew them in this timeline.
You forget. For you, there are different timelines. For us, who are not tainted by your mortal plane, there is only one timeline.
Well, I may meet with them and make amends sometime. Anyway, I see you've met or inhabited Riverin.
This one is an extension of me.
Yes.
You are also an extension of me.
That's true.
You're like, well, that's weird. I guess in a
Yeah.
way it's true.
Yeah.
Conversation's not really going how I thought it was, boss. I was hoping for a raise.
No, I'm just like seeing what he has to say about this. So it's like, quick question. Yesterday, Riverin was a tiny newborn child. Today, she is 10 years old. Is she 10 years old for a while, or is she going to continue to age at this rate?
I am an ancient being. Older, perhaps, than even the gods of this realm. I have seen many things in my time and know ancient secrets from beyond even this realm of existence. But this is a new thing to me. I know not of it. I will observe it and take humor from it. For it serves me.
Very well. Do you want us to take Riverine with us, or see she is cared for around here?
You would abandon your child?
The road is dangerous. I left her with her mother before because it was the best thing for her. Both of
Child
them.
was not born then. Her mother does not even exist.
Not in the form that I remember, no.
In this timeline, she has never even been born.
I take some. Doc could take some like a weird comfort in that, I guess, because he thought for sure Maria Hale, the girl in the Kobold Cave, was
Not the same.
yeah. So he's kind of like breathe a sigh of relief a little bit. It's like, well, then we'll take the girl with us. She will need to grow in power the traditional way, though, I suppose.
Through her pact with me, yes.
She also has a sweet new pair of hand axes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna use hand. She might use hand axes as like a simple weapon, but like I
No,
presume-
she's gonna be like one of those kids from Fire Emblem where she's just like, yeah, so I decided to take all of the classes of my dad's hero friends, so now I can do like everything. I guess
Yeah.
I'm like an S tier sorcerer, but also a swordsman.
time to build the child army and kill Stalvin Black with children.
Exactly.
She can set the axe on fire before she eats it.
Yep. And then when it hits, it does like this crazy other damage. Anyway, well, she said, well, you said, I guess, that she wishes to eat the nightmares and dreams of people in this town for a little while.
She said that she would perform such magic. I have whispered to her of many things. She is, after all, mine.
Do you have a seed, by any chance?
No, you have used my last one. But she will perform rituals that you have never dreamed of.
Perfect.
Yes,
That sounds-
she is.
Wonderful. Well, if there's nothing else, then
Okay. You fade back into reality after a few minutes or perhaps hours.
yeah. Well, I just wanted to know more about what is happening on.
He has no
Childland.
answers for you in that regard.
Yeah.
So, you know, she wakes up and simply says, "What happened? We just sat here for a while."
So you did not see anything? No visions?
No. Can we begin the rituals now, Father? It is almost afternoon.
Yeah, we must.
Very well. Let us begin
Maybe-
with this rune,
maybe-
Octal. It is necessary in order to anchor the energies in this position to consume the fears. So yeah, she just takes a fallen tree branch and begins like scribing runes into the ground to begin arcane rituals.
I just leave her to it. If she
Okay.
needs help, she can.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
she
no, but
walks
I-
you around the town to 5 positions and basically encompasses the town in a magic circle in the process. Yeah. If no one has anything else, we can cut to the evening.
Yep.
Okay.
Doc
Kelly,
is
what
kind of. He's kind of blown away. He's like, when he gets back, his face is like, "Oh boy, this is going to be interesting."
Kelly, what are
my-
you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? What is Kelly afraid of?
Yeah.
Like intrinsically or like metaphorically?
I don't know
Like,
what the difference would be between those.
Like, am I afraid
Tell
of
me your
drowning, or am I
fears.
afraid of like being unable to move?
Sure,
or
those are
whatever?
both good
Like,
fears, solid fears.
okay. Well, I guess not being remembered would be a pretty good one
Ooh,
for
boy,
her.
that is a good one. So while you're dreaming that night, Riverin just kind of walking around, like looking around. You're like, oh, I'm dreaming about Riverin, and she's just like, hello, Kelly.
Hello.
I'm just dropping by. I'm simply taking a few things you don't need.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. You'll feel better in the morning.
Okay.
Agram?
I go back to like cooking whatever it is that I do in my dream or something.
Agram, what are you afraid of?
Failing my comrades in combat.
Yeah, I mean, you're dreaming of Eternal Blood War, Warhammer 40k style, where you got like two-handed axes and you're fighting your way through the front line of a wave of drow. And Riverin is just walking around in between everybody and just like pushing her way through, looking extremely blue among this wave of pale dwarves and dark elves. And while you're like slicing a dude in half, she's just like, oh, hello, Agram.
It's just keep swinging, but head sideways. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Please keep doing what you're doing. I'm just removing a few things.
Like, I don't even say anything. He's horribly confused while in the midst of, deadly combat.
Henley, what are you afraid of? This is great.
Everything.
Really?
Hairy feet.
Is Finley afraid of everything?
I think so.
Wow, I didn't know that. Is this the new Finley thing, or has this
Yeah.
always been a Finley
I
thing?
think it's a new Finley thing.
Okay, he's afraid of everything?
I mean, or cautious.
So in your dream, you are in a forest. You're like feeding a deer, and Riverin is just standing behind you and says, hello, Finley. She's got a sack over her shoulder.
What's in the sack?
It's just your fears. I'm taking them from you.
Well, that helps. That's easy.
You're right. This one was the most surprisingly straightforward. She turns and starts walking off into the forest. When you guys wake up, you feel great. I mean, you kind of remember you had some weird dreams, but other than that,
Nice.
Finley, your new social anxiety of everything that you picked up in the last 2 days is suddenly gone. You feel like the old Finley now.
Hello, friends. It is I, Finley. I
Do
can
you
finally
remember
speak-
me?
I can finally speak in my actual voice.
It's me, guys, Finley Longbottom.
It's a me, Finley.
Oh man, I want that to be canon now. The Camardo brothers, Finley and Agram.
Oh,
Forget about it.
Finley would be Luigi because he's taller now.
They look the same. You offer them ice cream, both of them say yes. Yeah. If there are any questions or anything you'd like to do before we cut to the afternoon.
No.
Okay. The kobolds arrive as expected. Rurik rides out to meet them with the staff wrapped in a blanket. Okay. Several minutes later, he returns and the kobolds depart.
How many kobolds were with them?
2.
2? Okay.
They look
What
quite old for kobolds.
What colors were they?
One is green and one is black.
We should.
How
stay
did they
here for a
take
while.
it?
Well, they were upset that we invaded their homeland and killed a bunch of their people and stole their staff. But they seemed to understand the situation when I gave them the staff back and presented them with the treason plot. I expect
Well,
that there's a lot to digest, but
That's better than I expected, to be honest.
it has been an unusual set of days. As I mentioned, friends, you are welcome here whenever you would like. My estate is always open to you. Tomorrow I will be sending the men off.
Oh yeah,
north.
the wars, right?
Yes.
Demons.
Our town is required to send men for 40 days of service.
Well, there is something that we need to do very soon that can't be put aside any longer, but my suggestion would be to make sure that you keep the clerics alive.
I
That is all
will
I will
not be
say.
going with them.
Well, tell whoever's leading them that protecting the churches and the steeples in those regions are very important.
I will inform them of such, but that is fairly standard practice to protect the healers.
Not just the healers.
I see.
The actual, yeah, you understand.
Very
Being
well.
a paladin. So I guess, guys, speaking out of character here, we need to make sure that we look at Lycidia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Bondaroct is next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should definitely step in and make sure that Lycidia is not going to get sent off to a mental hospital or whatever.
So are
Oh,
you
yeah.
leaving in the afternoon of the 5th day of wet to head to Bondaroct?
Yeah, I think so.
Acheron Silverblade is alive in this timeline.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we should make sure that Lycidia doesn't go cray-cray.
Yeah. Well, she was only
I love how your guys' impression of her has changed from the moment she stabbed Daka up until now. You guys used to be like, fuck her. Let her get dragged off to the mental hospital. I hate her. Everyone hates Liz. And now you guys are like, we must do whatever we can to protect her.
Well, this is more like more my thing because Kelly has had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and protecting people is kind of like the oath that he's taken for the most part.
Okay.
Or, I mean, keeping life, like, whatever. So
We should meet with Lycidia. I have a new trick I'd like to try.
I mean, you already have one child. I
Whoa.
don't know what.
No,
Oh
not
my
another
God.
child.
Oh wow, dang. I don't know why that's killing me.
One Riverin is enough.
So yeah,
Alright.
Riverin appears by your side and like automatically takes your hand and says, I agree. I would not
Well
mind
then.
brothers or sisters, perhaps, but one me is more than enough.
We used to have a little brother that you could have had. He's a lot taller now, though.
Oh,
Yes, Finley used to be about your height.
indeed.
Used to be.
He used to be. And he always acted as the child in the party when things were needed, so he would have been a good fit for a brother.
She just kind of blinks while looking at you, absorbing everything you're saying.
The hijinks you two would have got into. It would have been terrible. We have enough world-ending cataclysms to face, not you two. Well, I wish to speak with Lycidia. Try something.
I think so.
Okay. You guys can get maybe a third of the way to Bondarock today, if you leave in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Are we going to camp at that same spot that we met?
If you want to push yourselves into the night, you can make it there. It will take several extra hours of travel.
I like to
would
think
like to-
it's the same. Like if this was a B movie, it's the same field that we use for every time we camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's what he's saying. He
that's-
wants to go to the same
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
I do, because then we can meet half elven, right? So
Oh yeah.
so that's why I want to go there. So
Yeah. Sure, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, you
because
spent
he's the one that tells us about the salt mine in the first place. So
several extra hours traveling. Lycidia, or not Lycidia, Riverin spends the whole time holding Daka's hand while they walk and just kind of looking at everything. Tell me about what you do to camp with. Right, you got a nice place. It's the same place as normal.
so fishing, basically
Sure,
the
sure.
same stuff we normally do when we're here,
Okay,
which is
let's talk about watch order then.
I would be in the morning because I think I'm the only one that doesn't have dark vision these days, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd probably be in the darkest night, so like 2 a.m. kind of thing.
Is elves have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the only ones that matter are like me being at dawn, I guess. So.
Well,
And then I
plus,
can cook.
Finley only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I have like the ability to like pretty
Mhm.
much not sleep these days now.
Just meditate or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go first, I guess.
you trance in, bro.
Maybe.
You Doctor Strange it. You like do this thing. Yeah, exactly.
Making like cool shapes in the fire, like shadow puppets with bushes.
So does that mean Daka's second watch, so that Finley can get his full 4 hours of trance?
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess so.
Yeah.
Finley, when you wake up to do your watch at 2 or 3 in the morning, as Daka is heading to sleep, a nearby worm on the ground just poofs into Half Elven. And it's just like, pfft.
Wait, worm with an O or a Y?
Oh,
Okay,
earthworm.
gotcha.
He is wearing his normal outfit and holds his hand out, and a shillelagh staff appears in it, and he says, "Brother, I sense your green power within you, Long Walker."
Are you talking worm?
I am a druid just like you.
But you're a worm?
I can transform into animals.
Ah, me too. High five?
He holds out a hand to high five you with.
I do it.
Why are you passing through this land?
That's a pretty difficult question. There's a lot that goes along with that for that answer,
I have time.
but I'm not sure that I want to give you that time. How can I trust you?
Are we not druids, brother?
We are,
We serve the same power. We were
Sure.
trained in the same way.
but
Are you
I've
not-
been stabbed in the back before.
What can I do to
I've lived in
prove?
this world for thousands of years.
Do you now? How
I
unusual. You must be of great power to the old faith.
perhaps I've said too much.
What can I do to prove my faith to you?
Come meet my friends.
We are standing in the middle of their campsite. They're all asleep.
I mean, they can wake up. Watch. And I start like, I grab Agram's leg and just start going up and down, up and down, up and down to wake him up.
Agram, you wake up and Finley is flutter kicking you.
I want to pull his legs out from under him.
Can you guys make opposed athletics checks real quick?
Oh, probably not.
I mean, you can roll it
I mean,
whether you're physically capable. Agram got a 27.
Jesus fuck.
how about that 7?
You're flutter kicking him, and then you're staring up at the night sky. You're wondering how you got there.
Agram, Meet this earthworm.
Why the fuck are you doing that? Who the
Hey.
fuck is he?
I am half elven, a druid of the area.
Oh, I remember this guy.
We have never met before.
Looks familiar.
I get that a lot. Your
Why?
companion seems unwilling to speak with me. By the way, Finley, he switched languages. He was speaking Druidic to you, but now with Agrim, he's speaking Common.
Okay. Why are you interested in what we're doing?
I'm not interested in what you all are doing. I'm simply interested in you, brother.
And why is that?
Well, we are fellow druids, and there is business between druids.
Just because there's druids doesn't mean that there's a business.
He switches back to Druidic and says, "It is unusual for one to prowl into the territory of another unbidden and unspoken.
And I say back to him, is this your territory?
I am responsible to the land and people here. I maintain the balance of nature. I simply wish to ascertain your passage through these lands."
I don't think that we're trying to do anything untowards.
Do you
With
perhaps
respect.
have some free time on your hands?
I kind of look around and see everyone but Agrim sleeping, and Agrim is probably going, fuck this guy, and rolling back over.
I mean, they literally just went from talking in common to you to making like weird snake noises and then owl hooting at each other.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
All right. I think
Swedish owl hooting intensifies.
Yeah.
Hoot.
I'll say hoot.
There's some high taxes and it all smells like fish for some reason.
Here's the hoot. But I'll say, all right, I'll come speak with you.
It's a hoot.
I've got time.
There is an incident here to the northeast. A unnatural blemish upon the land that I have felt through my power. You seem to be one who is a capable warrior, especially if you are as old as you say you are.
I'm quite old.
Could I, on behalf of the Green Faith and the Old Ways, ask you to investigate the eminence of this location at the salt mines?
I know about the salt mines.
You do?
There's many lives I've lived that involve that location.
Very well. I will leave it in your hands then.
Now, what exactly do you want to know about the salt mines?
I'm not sure what's happening there. I was hoping for an expert adventuring team to go and help clear it out of any dark eminence while I continue my duties.
Consider the salt mine cleared, because we've done this many times before.
It is good to hear that you are an expert in healing the natural world, as one would expect of a druid of your advanced age.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot. As soon as you guys left town, all of your fears began pouring back into the back of your minds. By the way, it only lasted as long as you were inside the magic circle, so Kelly is afraid of being forgotten again. And Finley's afraid of everything.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Let me just cower behind my friends, and we'll figure it out. Goodbye, worm.
Very well. He turns into an osprey and heads off into the night.
That was uncalled for. I tell the rest of the party about the salt mines.
You're waking
Remind
everybody
them.
up?
Yeah, not Agrim.
He's already awake!
Oh, I thought he went back to sleep.
Did he?
I thought he was like, fuck off. And went
It's
back to
literally been like 2. Okay. Yeah. All right. You tell everybody but Agrim.
sleep. Yeah, I don't want to wake him up again.
Riverin is just like, okay. Might I return to my cycle? I do not
Or-
believe I
We
was
don't
done.
call it a cycle, darling. It's a little verbose.
it's and gross.
Sleeping.
I simply wish to store memories and restore function. This shell is unusual.
Oh, yeah. Puberty hits everyone at different ages. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Right?
I'm gonna need to touch you prestidigitation soon.
I am returning back to my unconsciousness.
Same.
So she like
This-
lays down and closes her eyes.
Yeah. Just like the sound of a bowler rolling over, just like.
Way to make it weird, Dave.
What do you mean?
Way to make it weird.
Wait
Perhaps
to,
the last scene that we get is all of you approaching Lycidia in Bondarak the next day.
Mm-hmm.
She is alone in the miners' district, shouting for anyone to come help her. Now that you know her, you recognize that she is wearing the hood hat of I forget her name. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look everybody's name up again. She's wearing Crystal's hood hat, one of Nom Nom's backpacks, and Gustav's far too large armor on her, in addition to her normal wizarding clothing.
Killer.
Is that your immediate instinct?
Yeah.
And she's shouting.
No one fucks with Nom Nom.
She's shouting, "Please, are there no adventurers or mercenaries? Is there no one who can come help me?
Hi, Lucidia.
You know of me? Please, you must help.
Of course.
My master was the mines. I require aid."
Don't worry, we'll help you get revenge on everything that happened to Nom Nom and the others.
We're
before
good with aid.
You're very well informed. Well, yeah. Let us go.
before
Daka.
we actually we'll go on the road first,
Okay.
and then I'll stop her. Just be
Yeah.
like, Lycidia,
Yes.
I wish to try something.
Can it wait? We're quite busy right now.
Oh, it'll just take a moment.
Okay. I don't know what you're about to do, so I'm super nervous for this girl. You're like, I envelop her in a wave of dark tentacles. I
just-
stab her in the back.
No, the thirst doesn't come back for another 28 days, Arthur. I'm okay, so.
I'm just gonna,
your time accounting is not even close to correct.
I put my hand out and be like, will you put your hand in mine for a moment?
All right, here's what happens. She sighs and just goes, "If this will help, yes." And as that's happening, Riverin on the other side is holding her hand, and it's just like, I see. So she's family now, yes?
Because the hand holding thing.
You said that we only hold hands with people who are close friends and family.
Oh, this is just for a moment. And I let go of Riverin's hand just to make sure nothing happens.
Riverin, just for a moment, her face goes from the emotionless blankness that you've seen to a slight look of betrayal before resuming her smooth face.
And I will cast Remove Curse from Lycidia.
Amazing. It has no effect.
It's a good effort.
It was a good effort for sure.
Very good effort.
And if she were
Oh.
cursed, it would surely affect her greatly.
She's not cursed, she's charmed, isn't she?
Yeah.
And that doesn't work on this. So I'll let go of her hand and be like, thank you for trying. And I'll reach down for Riverin's hand.
Okay. The sun is setting behind you all as you continue your journey, and we just get the 6 of you walking, into the night towards the salt mine, and that's where we'll end.
Nice.
Now, it's a good thing I let go of Riverin's hand because she's technically an attuned item to me.
Yes.
and that's remove cursed attuned items.
No, Daddy, no.
Do you believe that your daughter is a curse then? A terrible father.
That's the
Terrible.
spell's literal text.
It says all curses affecting a creature end.
Well, you could call.
You're correct. The spell breaks its owner's attunement to an object, but your daughter is not an object.
Okay, good.
Okay, so this is how it works, right? A dead body is an object, but a living person is not. The game's mortality cycle makes it very clear that when you're dead, you are an object, and when you are not dead, you are not an object. You're a person.
Cool. All right.
Because there are spells that target objects that only work on corpses and not people.
Just to be clear, because I don't want to like suddenly.
You don't want to accidentally throw her into the time knife.
Yeah.
Time knife.
We've all seen the time knife, Cheaty. It's from The Good Place on Netflix. Go watch it.
I've been meaning to watch that.
It's very, very good.
You have to basically get through the first season before
The first season was really good. The second season was very, very good, and so was the third.
Yeah,
one.
it didn't make any sense to me why the show was interesting until the end of the first season.
I've got a very low bar for entertainment. I'll watch pretty much.
No, don't worry, it'll be entertaining, but the second season will be fucking wild compared to the first one.
Right.
You'll be like, oh my god! I can't believe that's what happened.
Anyway, 1,300 XP.
0 experience points.
Really?
Boo!
Nothing for killing the kobolds?
No, you could have killed 100 kobolds and you still would have gotten 0 experience points.
Oh, motherfuck.
They're not that strong. That's why we didn't even roll for combat. You're far too strong to learn anything from murdering 1/8 challenge rating
It's been
kobolds.
like 4 sessions, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You could go find something really strong to punch in the face. You guys are immortal. There are no consequences for your actions. Just go. Sorry, I can't do it.
We're probably not going to fight anything big for a while either.
You guys are like, what if we just killed all the kobolds, unlocked the dragon stand, and killed the dragon? I mean, even if we failed, we would just die, right? There's nothing bad ever happens when we die.
We could just go fight the war at Fort Cuso.
I mean, I'm tempted to do that this time around because that's the one thing we haven't followed up with. We also haven't followed up with going into Agram's backstory family thing. We also
this time around.
We also haven't cleared out the elvish armor place, and we also haven't.
We did once.
Haven't gone to. Well, no, we didn't kill the succubus that was in there.
It was an incubus, but I suppose it doesn't matter because it can do it once.
And Mr. X. We didn't kill Mr. X.
Yeah. Yeah. Though he did leave a lasting impression. And there's also Fern Gather. I believe there was stuff over there that we needed to do as well at some point.
Well, look, I would really appreciate if over the next week you guys figured out what you were going to do next and let me know so I could prepare some content.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Next session, we should get some experience because we're so close to level 6, it hurts.
Yeah, it really does.
It hurts. We've been this close for over a month and a bit because we didn't play for the last 2 months.
Well, so okay, let's real quickly just talk about this because we've done the crystal thing, and that objective is sort of sidelined now. So I guess Stalvin Black is up on the chopping block, right?
If we're powerful enough to take him out, I don't know if we are.
Yeah. So
we also have to meet with Death now because she's the 5th.
That's always worked out well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe we should go talk to the princess again. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I think that might be the best way of handling things. Because she fought against the undead army, and having her sort of direct us at a big important event might be a good way to level up and stuff too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we do next time, Martha.
Okay.
Make our way to Magnar and talk to the princess.
Take our first swing at the demon lord himself.
Yeah.
We also have to get through to the castle, and it's wartime now, so there'll be demons to fight.
Oh, it's always war o'clock. Somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Being American has taught me anything, really.
Anyway.
Let's do some outros. Spootnik, I would like you to do your outro, but as Finley's voice.
Follow me on Twitter, Spootnik_71. Play Link's Awakening. That's about it. I'll be here all the time. Bye.
I almost felt like he turned a little Canadian in there for.
He did.
Bit.
No, I
Yeah.
A
definitely
little
thought
bit.
that.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
You got the north, like, eastern part of Canada.
I'm still working on it.
Well, that's where the Vikings landed, right?
That's
so
right.
it's close enough. There are fjords there, aren't there?
And dogs. So Labrador Retriever.
Drumurboy, let's do you next.
Hi, I'm Canadian, even though I don't sound like it because I'm from Southern Ontario, and we've got the most American Canadian accent.
I've always thought you sounded vaguely Canadian-ish.
Yeah, well, like, it's apparently the most non-Canadian Canadian accent.
Well, certainly you don't, sound stereotypically South Park Canadian, sure.
No. If I was from, like, out here, there would be a hey every once in a while.
Hey, buddy.
No, they say hey out here, not a. They add the H. Like, it's a really cold night out here, hey? Whereas in Ontario, it'd be like, oh, fuck, it's cold, eh? There you go. There's your Canadian lesson for the day. I write music. I'm going to be finishing up the new Court of Swords tune. It'll be on the Bandcamp probably by the end of the month. Maybe early next month. And then I won't be playing Dishonored this weekend because I got to get this work done. But next week, and I'll be playing Dishonored again. We just got backstabbed and went after Dowd. I did that, and now I forget what happens after Dowd.
I haven't played that in a long time.
I think
honestly can't remember either.
Going after our previous comrades. Now,
Are you playing the first one or the second one? Which
the
one?
first one.
First one. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're doing the first one and then the DLC, the Dowd DLC, and then the Witches of Brigmore DLC, and then moving on to number 2.
Oh, yes, the witches.
The Witches of Brigmore was really good. But yeah, Good Omens was good. If you feel like watching some like very
I'm thinking
British...
about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I keep seeing ads for it. I'm just like, yeah, that seems like a lot of fun, that one. So
yeah, it's about a angel and a demon having they don't say it's a gay relationship, but they're totally dating for the first 3 episodes. It's nice.
There are a lot of relationships like that.
Yeah.
It's called the "Oh, they fucking."
Yeah. They've known each other for 6,000 years. It's happened once at least. But yeah,
they fucking.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Speaking of dwarves who like to maybe have someone pay attention to them occasionally, let's talk to Agrim.
Oh, yeah. Atomikspoon, playing Warcraft still on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then here Wednesdays, and then I'm here again on Saturdays doing Warhammer 40k, Dark Inquisition. I don't think I have anything outside of that coming up. No, I'm pretty boring. So.
Very well. Henley.
Yo, what up? Thanks for watching. Throw Twitch Prime subs at Arthur. He deserves it. All the Twitch Prime.
September over yet, or is that still on?
It's over. It ended on the 24th.
Damn.
Oh, really?
One day
It's
too late.
Never over.
I love the idea of Finley being our spokesperson. It's always September somewhere
it's
in the
always
world.
September. It's never over.
It's
Hey,
always September. Or it's always high noon somewhere in the world.
God.
So yeah, what have I got going on right now?
What do you have going on right now? How about that
yeah,
Alder's
so-
blood?
Alder's Blood is coming along. We're looking at doing a preview event for the first act, which is like if you just play the main mission, it's like 2.5 hours. But if you do all the side stuff, it's probably closer to like 10 hours worth of content for streamers and press and all that stuff. So if any of you guys want to jump in on that, or if you know any streamers that want to jump in on that, let me know. I'll need email addresses so we can send out keys and shit.
I have been doing something over the past 2 weeks. Henley, our friend Nelspeak, they put out a game called Blackout Club, and I've been playing that on the Fridays. Been streaming that. It's really good.
It's definitely changed a lot in the last couple of months.
If you like old school Thief and you want to play that multiplayer, just check it out. It's good.
Yeah. What else? Good Night Night's going to go into early access pretty soon. Starting a new company. Yeah, that's about it, really. Just lots of work, mostly. Lots and lots of work. And yeah, Arthur.
I am a person, and I do things. Those things that I do include shows that you might see on this channel. I'm just going to remain cryptic and say, join us next week? Question mark. Everybody good?
Yeah, next week
Yep.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yep, good to go.
Then we shall return upon the morrow, if the morrow was in 7 days. 6 days and 20 hours. We will see you then, friends.
Bye-bye.
Later.